What the hell was that? Hello everyone, Praise Scooter here, and welcome back to Let's Play Banjo Kazooie Blindish. Now that we're at the end of the game, I can actually talk in coherent sentences rather than like a raving madman. Anyway, we have several things that we're going to do between this episode and the next episode, if there is a next episode. We're basically going to access all of these Stop-n-Swop items. Or also the mystery eggs and the ice key. Now I will tell you that if you're going to repeat the process like I'm about to do, you will no longer be able to well, at least for the file you're currently playing on, you will no longer be able to post to the leaderboards your high scores or everything. But if you wish to follow along with, if you wish to do this at home and follow along with me, all you have to, well, you just have to follow along with me. Now, basically your first step is we have to go all the way back to Treasure Trove Cove. I know I said we would never be back here, but I'm a notorious liar. I'm kidding. I don't lie, at least I don't think I do. But the first thing we're going to do, and I'm going to be dividing this up into segments of sorts. I wonder if you can only do one at a time. I'm just trying to think of how many of these codes I can do at a time before the game basically gets upset at me and tells me I can't do any more codes at once. But now, in the description of this video and the next video, if there is another video after this, I will post the article on where you can basically repeat my steps if you wish to repeat my steps. So, also while I'm, excuse me, while I'm entering these codes, everything will probably, well, after the first time, everything will probably be sped up. But basically, you're gonna enter in a code. Give me that. So let's see. First thing we're going to get is the cyan mystery egg. Oh my god, there are so many letters here. You know what? I am going to speed it up. But basically, the code you're going to be typing on the floor here, and I'll make a quick annotation on the bottom of the screen so you can see exactly what I'm typing, is cheat. Don't you go and tell her about the secret in her cellar. That entire thing. So I'm going to speed things up while I type this in. Okay, so I've missed a step apparently. In order to even activate this in the first place, in order to even activate the Stop-n-Swop in the first place, what needs to happen is you need to go ahead and just activate, or you basically just, well, this is only for the Xbox Live version, I should say. The Xbox Live Arcade version. All you need to do is go and launch Banjo Kazooie and get Banjo Kazooie on your Xbox just to say, hey, I have a copy of the game. Look, I can do the Stop-n-Swop. Well, that's interesting. I've entered codes a couple times now and nothing's really happened, so I think something. I want to check one more thing before I basically call this a wash. Because basically what I've gathered so far is that unless I own a copy of Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, I don't get access to the Stop-n-Swop codes. And I don't plan on owning a copy of Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts anytime soon. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm just going to go see if Shark Food Isle is raised, which I don't know where it is really. Wow, that was actually pretty skillful. But yeah, I'm just gonna try and find Shark Food Island and see if it's raised up, just because of the fact that I 100% the game. If it's not, well, I'm gonna try. Well, no, it's not raised. Let me try and go look at the two. Let me go do one other thing. I'm just gonna make a cut right to where the cyan egg and the ice key would be. So I'm gonna see if those two items are there, because I entered the codes for them and I got no confirmation from bottles. So if these codes didn't work, then I'm left with the assumption that the only way I can unlock everything is if I have a copy of excuse me, is if I have a copy of Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. And I don't plan on investing in anything like that, so we might be a little SOL when it comes to showing off the Stop-n-Swop items, which means this bonus video might be for nothing, or will more or less be as a precautionary tale to tell you that don't bother with Stop-n-Swop unless you have a copy of Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts on top of owning this game. That's nice, Mummy. Well, I'm already almost there, so over here. Basically, we just need to go to Waz's cave, which is actually pretty close to the start. And then I'm also going to attack the barrel that has an X on it in the Mad Monster Mansion cellar. If neither of those things come up, then I do not have any access to the Stop-n-Swop. Now, somebody may have to correct me and tell me that if I'm doing something wrong. If I am, I'll probably revisit this game at a later date and correct my mistake. But I'm going to assume at this point that I haven't missed anything, or at least I haven't done anything wrong to activate these. Waza, your cave's here. Waza's not even in his cave. But yes, off screen and sped up, I did enter the codes for the ice key and for the cyan egg, and I still can't get at that. Good. Well, you know what? I'm not even gonna bother trying to get the cyan egg. So, I guess even though I try to do Stop-n-Swop, I guess I can't. So everyone, I do thank you all for watching the entirety of the Banjo Kazooie Blindish project. I've done everything that is available to me unless I suddenly get a copy of Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. But everyone, I do want to thank you all so much for watching this project. And I really do hope you'll tune in for the next project, whatever that may be. You all have a fantastic day, and I shall see you there.